the NFL preseason, where the rookies of today hope to become the stars of tomorrow. It's the Bucs and the Bengals, and it comes your way next on Madden Football.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League takes us to the banks of the Ohio River and Paycor Stadium in the Queen City of Cincinnati.
Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and we finally made it, partner, through the winter, through the spring, now into the summer, and football finally back.
And during that time off, we all cherish our vacation time. But admit it, you're the same as me. When you were working out, when you were doing things, you thought about football, didn't you? And you couldn't wait to be back up here again.
Here's the former Illini kicker Chase McLaughlin to get us started. And we are underway from Cincinnati. Oh, some strong running.
And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. And we got a pause following the play because it appears a member of the Bengals in some discomfort. Well, injury's never good, especially here in the preseason. Hopefully nothing serious. They'll take a look at him and we'll step aside for a moment.
On two, ready? Here we go, here we go.
Here's Burrow to throw right away.
Eluding the pressure. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
That's Kalijah Cansey in to get him down. How about the defense there trying to set the tone on the very first play of the game?
Yeah, there's a little bit of a glow here tonight because they brought the heat right out of the gate. What a good job establishing a tone for this one.
A situation they'll certainly want to avoid going forward. An early second and long they're facing. Now it's Burrow. Out to his left. They dial up the corner blitz that time, and it delivers to the tune of a 9-yard loss.
Boy, how about this to start a ball game? That's twice in a row now, Charles, that they get to it.
And how often do we talk about offenses that operate off of a script to begin games? Feels like this defense had their script to get.
And they're going to sack him yet again. The pass rush has been relentless. This time, it yields a safety.
At this point, I think it's a surprise when he isn't close to being sacked on a passing down. The amount of times he's hit the deck today, I think a lot of us are reading safety before they even took the snap. Simply a merciless pass rush every step of the game, and that rush earns a crowning achievement there.
And now, how about this? The free kick from the 20 going to be out of bounds. And that, of course, is a penalty.
Kicking team.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
Automatic first down.
The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
So following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13. Now Mayfield. And his throw is incomplete.
This is what defensive coaches ask of their defenders every single ball game. Get a hand on every throw in coverage. They want the deflections. They want the knockaways. Pick it yourself if you can, but at least knock it down and guarantee it's incomplete.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means he'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. To throw, Mayfield. It's caught by Mike Evans. And he gets this only to the 44-yard line. Not near enough to keep the drive alive.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. third down. They gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
A fourth down. Here's Jay Camarda on to punt for the Bucs. Charlie Jones deep for Cincinnati.
Yeah, there's a work of art right there. Out of bounds at the 2-yard line.
On one, ready? Here we go. Stop.
Burrow from his own end zone. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Gun. Got. Got.
Back to throw now in his own end zone.
Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted.
And he will bring it back to the 4-yard line. From their own 2, Charles, they opted to throw it instead of run it. We saw the outcome.
I think what a lot of teams count on is defenses to stack the line of scrimmage, trying to force a safety or force a turnover there. But if you've got a good defensive front, you just allow them to play the run, and everyone else stays ready. And they were, and they picked that one off.
Tampa Bay, they're getting ready to set up shop here for their second drive.
And they look to cash in. Excellent field position. 4-yard line, 1st and goal.
And it'll be intercepted.
And the Bengals are going to take over at their own 2-yard line. CD, when he went to throw that, I'm not sure if he just didn't see where the defense was. Whatever the case, not the throw you're looking for on 1st and goal.
Not at all, because, look, let's face it, that close to the goal line, if you throw an interception, is going to hurt on any down. But really, the only down you can kind of live with is if you do it on 4th down. The first 3, if you don't have it wide open, just get rid of it. Make sure they can't get it and live to fight another down. 1st and goal, and you throw the pick, not good at all.
Let's get set. Stop.
Try to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And he is going to go down for the 5th time tonight. And this one is going to be a safety.
At this point, I think it's a surprise when he isn't close to being sacked on a passing down. The amount of times he's hit the deck today, I think a lot of us are reading safety before they even took the snap. Simply a merciless pass rush every step of the game. And that rush earns a crowning achievement there.
And they'll accept that penalty.
Automatic 1st down.
Now Mayfield and the Bucs come up on 1st and 10
at the 40. They run straight ahead here with White. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
Now whistles here before the snap. Looked like one of the Bucs may have moved.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit.
They were looking good on 2nd down, but now they're backed up 5 yards by the false start, and it's 2nd and 8. Mayfield now. Out to the right here to Shepard.
Always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
3rd and 2.
From the gun, Mayfield.
And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on 3rd down, forcing the errant pass. 4th down coming up.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass.
4th down, so Jake Camarda is out there.
He'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. So now the Bengal offensive unit back out onto the field. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now.
Here we go.
Now Burrow. He'll bice. Now Burrow loses the football. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And they're already in the red zone. The 18-yard line is where they take over.
That feels like an accumulation of the pressure we've seen all game. I mean, he's been on the turf a whole lot because of sacks. Eventually, something else happens as well, and this time it was a turnover.
Yeah, caught up to him. And Tampa Bay trots out there now.
They've got the ball in a great spot here, already inside the red zone following that fumble recovery.
Mayfield now after the fumble recovery. It's caught. This is White. And he'll get 7 yards from the 17 to the 10 before he's taken down.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable second down.
They'll go up the middle with White. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers.
Rashad White.
A 10-yard touchdown run.
And the Bucs are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
A solid blocking up front from the guys on the offensive line allowed him to get in for the touchdown.
Yeah, some might say that the guys on the offensive line were in concert. I used to have a coach who called it marrying up, meaning when you get on a guy, you just stay right there, and each guy has his own assignment. That allowed the runner to make the big move towards the end zone.
Chase McLaughlin on for the extra point. And that one pushes the lead up to 11. They had the short field, and they made quick work of it. Just 2 plays to get into the end zone. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off.
And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14. Burrow going to lead up the Bengals here, 1st and 10
at their own 14-yard line. Throwing left side, it's complete. 23 yards on the play.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field, because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
One play has them to the 37 here for 1st and 10.
Here we go.
They're passing here. Joe Burrow. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Another first down as he went right back to the same well, this time for 17 yards.
Kind of a dangerous throw there. He's off balance when he gets rid of it. But this is all about a quarterback knowing what he can get away with. And that time, it turns into a completion and a healthy gain as well.
Have him on the move on first down. Here's Burrow. Escapes the sack.
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted.
Picked up by Jordan Whitehead.
And the Bucs are going to get it back here just past the 35.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
And the Buccaneers getting ready to go as they take the field.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Nothing our score after one. Second quarter now, and it's Buccaneer football as they've got it facing a 2nd and long situation. A first carry now for Chase Edmonds. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
They need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. That is caught. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. A great effort there. 68 yards. And the Buccaneers are able to add on to that lead. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
McLaughlin now to add the PAT. And the lead is up to 18 now. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And it's all finished off with a touchdown by Tampa Bay. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. The Bengals offense now, they head back onto the field. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. Let's see if they can do better here on this drive. Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive.
Delay of game, offense.
The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
Still first down.
Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15. To throw, Browning. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem
What we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Here's Browning. Hits his target. That's Charlie Jones.
Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that's going to set up a tough.
Let's go now.
The Bucs with an extra defender now in the secondary here on third down. Rolling to his right.
Oh, a Cardinal sin there, thrown back over the middle, and it's intercepted.
And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line.
He exited the pocket trying to improvise. That was a tough throw, and unfortunately, it wound up in the wrong pair of hands.
And, Brandon, when you're on the run, sometimes your downfield vision can get skewed just a bit. Now, the beauty of extending a play is sometimes your receivers find their way open, but oftentimes you end up closing down part of the field and bringing those defenders to the ball. And that one was picked off.
And Tampa Bay trots out there now.
And they'll have good field position here following the interception and a chance to build on their lead as they start with a 1st and 10.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Out of the gun, here's Wolford.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Joseph Osai.
Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10.
No question, that was needed by the defense because they're already trailing by a couple of scores. They had to get off the field without allowing another one. That sack on the first play, that may have derailed this drive.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. They'll bring a receiver in motion right.
Here's Wolford.
He's got Thompson here, complete. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on 3rd.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on 1st down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at 3rd down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. His first catch of the game, good for 11 and a 1st down.
Well, things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick a down, any down, even 3rd down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Wolford looking to throw it.
And he's got it. Caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. A great play there. Ready for the regular season with his 2nd touchdown of the game.
And the Buccaneers are able to widen their lead here in this first half. In the 2nd quarter, and already his 2nd touchdown reception.
Absolutely the definition of a difference maker here in this first half. Clearly one of his quarterback's favorite targets in this game, and I figure he's going to draw a little more attention and coverage moving forward.
McLaughlin for the extra point. And they open the lead up now to 25 points. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it ends with a touchdown for the Bucs. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off.
And he will be brought out here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
Cincinnati now ready to take the field. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay.
Delay of game, offense.
Well, everybody was up there ready at the line of scrimmage, CD, but no snap, and the delay of game ensued.
Yeah, and I'm sure their head coach is asking the exact same thing. What's going on out there? Almost like they thought they had more time than actually was on the clock.
Now Browning. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
But there's an incompletion, partner, and the struggles through the air continue because so far their lack of passing production has led to a lack of points.
Second and 15.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw.
Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted.
And it's a pick six. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD. A big play there by the rookie. An interception followed by the return for 6 points.
If you want to be accepted by your teammates and coaching staff, make plays like that.
McLaughlin now to add the PAT.
And the route is on here in this first half. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. And that pick six just a moment ago. Things went from bad to worse. Look up at the scoreboard now. Not looking good here. We'll see if they can put something together on this drive. 1st and 10.
They'll send a receiver in motion left. Throwing after the interception. Browning looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Jones. And he is going to lose yardage here. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
Well, it looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackle him for a loss.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Throwing again on 2nd down. Browning.
That's caught. It's a rookie from Alabama.
Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts.
So as they talk it up.
It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Minnesota Vikings and the Houston Texans. And it's all up next. We are just about 10 miles south of downtown. You get a look inside NRG Stadium in Houston, the home of the Texans. So good to have you with us, Mike Tirico, Greg Olsen up here in the Houston offense, heading out to the field for the first time. They're led by the NFL's Offensive Rookie of the Year in 2023. From Ohio State, it's C.J. Stroud.
I always like studying quarterbacks in year two. I think rookie year, there can either be a lot of growth, right? There's the biggest ability to take that jump, but there's also some struggles you have to work through. In year two, a full offseason, really understanding the playbook. Things have kind of slowed down for you. I feel like year two is a really good indicator of what long-term success looks like for any young quarterback.
They'll work now on 2nd and 4.
Here we go.
And now the first carry for Joe Mixon. And he's got it. First down. A pickup of 4.
I think this second down call, Mike, they were hoping that at worst they had themselves set up for a 3rd down and short. But there's no need for 3rd down. He was able to get enough on 2nd, and they get a fresh set of downs.
This one complete to Jordan. He'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
It's not the big play they were hoping for, but first down efficiency, staying ahead of the chains, is what every offense is trying to find, and it brings up a manageable 2nd down.
2nd and 7.
Oh, right.
From the gun, here's Stroud. He'll get this over the middle to Diggs. So now a timeout for the Vikings. That is their first.
This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
And he will have the first down. The drive will continue after a pickup of 8.
He's in a really nice rhythm here on 3rd down. He appears very comfortable operating out of the gun, and he's able to find his man near the sideline, and he's able to extend this drive.
First and 10. On play action. Stroud. Now a deep ball here for Collins. And he will get into the end zone. Nico Collins. Touchdown, Texans. They find the end zone here on the opening drive, and Greg, they're able to do it in the air.
Mike, it makes you wonder, is this drive a sign of things to come? I mean, this secondary, they had their hands full there. Are we going to see it repeated throughout the rest of this game, or are they going to have some answers on defense?
Now Kaimi Fairbairn on for the extra point. It's up and through. And the Texans will take a 7-0 lead. And so after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn to kick it off. To return, it's Brandon Powell. And he can only get back to the 16-yard line. Here's the Minnesota offense taking the field for the first time. They're led out by the number 3 overall pick back in the 2018 draft. Out of USC, it's Sam Darnold.
In my opinion, Mike, if they expect to leave here today with a win, they're going to have to be aggressive early and often. They might not connect on all of them, but pushing the ball downfield could open up a lot of opportunities for you to take advantage as this game unfolds.
Throwing to open it up is Darnold. He connects with Jordan Addison.
So you come back out here after watching the opposing team score first, and what you want to do is you got to establish a little early rhythm and get the drive started. Get a little positive energy into that huddle, and what hopefully starts out good ends with you being able to get some points of your own.
An enviable spot to operate from. Here's 2nd and inches. Working out of the gun, it's Darnold. Into the familiar hands of Justin Jefferson. And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line.
And this is what you can do when you have one of the best receivers in the game. You understand that even if the coverage is not perfect for the play call, sometimes it's just as simple as my guy is better than your guy, and we're going to just keep giving him a chance.
Here's 1st and 10. Play fake to Jones. Now Darnold. He'll tuck it and take off.
Well, let's give credit here to the coverage unit, Mike. There was nowhere to go with the ball for that quarterback. He had no choice but to just tuck it down himself, and he's able only to pick up a short gain.
Here's a 2nd and 6. From the shotgun, here's Darnold. Hit as he throws, and it is incomplete. Just couldn't deliver that one the way he wanted to. Not really sure if there was much there anyways. We do know it'll be 3rd down. Whoa. And he will not quite get to the marker. Good job there defensively, and now decision time. What are you going to do on 4th down?
The initial reaction is, how does this quarterback not throw the ball past the 1st down line to gain to try to extend this drive? And the reality is, because they've already decided they're going to go for it on 4th down.
So on 4th down, out comes Ryan Wright to punt for Minnesota. Robert Woods back to return for the Texans. Now fair catch is made, and it's just inside the 15-yard line. Texans offense ready to see the football for the 2nd time. They'll begin inside their own 15-yard line. So a lot of real estate to cover. It's 1st and 10. And he'll work forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. Again, they'll give it to Mixon. Only a couple on that one. It'll set up 3rd down.
Here we go, let's go.
From the shotgun, C.J. Stroud. He's got his man. It's Diggs. And he'll be brought down, but not before they get this all the way up near midfield.
These 3rd down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on 3rd down.
So they come to the line for 1st down and 10.
Here we go.
In motion now, it's Collins. They'll run on 1st down with Mixon. And a short pickup here, brought down just shy of midfield. Here's 2nd and 9. They'll go right back to Mixon. He'll take this ahead. It's a pickup of 3. Josh Metellus there on the tackle. and 6. Stroud going to set up to throw. This is caught. He got the connection to Collins. Remember, he had the touchdown on the opening drive, and here on drive 2, he gets a first down with that catch.
Third downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on third downs, that is a recipe for success.
On the quick, right?
On the option, they give it to Mixon. And a nice run there. He'll be stopped just shy of a first down. A pickup of 9.
This is one of those cases where having high-end speed in the backfield can be such a game changer. The offensive linemen don't need to hold their blocks quite as long. You give this guy a little bit of a crease, and man, he is gone.
Throwing on second down, Stroud. That's caught right side, the tight end Schultz. Now we get whistles. Time has run out. The first quarter has come to an end. Down at the 12. It's 1st and 10. Now Stroud. That's caught. It's Joe Mixon.
All right, so there's really 3 areas that a modern NFL running back has to excel at. Number 1, the traditional handoffs. Number 2, you have to be excellent and reliable in pass protection. And maybe bigger than all of them, you have to be at least serviceable out of the backfield in the passing game.
Here's 2nd and 6.
All right.
Here's Stroud. That's hauled in at the 2. And they'll stop him just short of the goal line, but they are going to have enough to convert. It's going to be 1st and goal.
And this is the blueprint, Mike. The ability to sustain and maintain possession and methodically move the ball down the field in the process. The defense has had no answers up until this point, and now the next step is, can they come away with 6? Because anything less than that, after this long drive, would be a bit of a letdown. 2nd and goal this close to the end zone. It makes sense, Mike, to keep the ball on the ground, but what you're not planning for is that you suffer a loss. So give credit to this defense. They've now changed the entire equation. It's 3rd and goal, but they're not so close anymore.
Now back at the 4 for 2nd and goal.
All right.
On the bootleg, it's Stroud. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
Third and goal.
All right.
Stroud. He's got his big tight end. Brevin Jordan. Touchdown, Houston. Greg, it's the quarterback's best friend, and you were that guy for a lot of years. The tight end in a tight area with man coverage.
Yeah, and it's really twofold, Mike, right? First and foremost, we see so many of these tight ends around the league. To the point where one-on-one matchups, that's advantage offense. But then even in the cases they don't create great separation, Mike, it's their size, their catch radius. It's such a friendly target for the quarterback that when things get tight in the red zone, they look to the tight end.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn to kick it off. Powell now to bring it back. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Vikings offense ready for their second possession. They're staring at a 2-touchdown deficit, 14-0. The score as the offense tries to regroup and get going with 1st and 10. On play action, here's Darnold. A dive and a catch. Incredible. It's a gain there of 26 yards.
And that's what you call being fearless, going over the middle. That's not everybody's cup of tea in this league, Mike. Some guys love to operate outside the numbers, and some guys understand their role is in the middle of the field, and not only to make that catch, but to do it laying out. That's a big-time play to secure that one.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, it's Darnold. Look at that. Slinged it across his body and connected. And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line.
That's just such a tough throw. I mean, that's all arm. Being able to get your body turned and throw back across your body. I mean, it's one thing if you're just throwing it a couple yards to a check down. But in this case, he's still willing and able to push the ball downfield. And there does come some danger when you throw back across. But in this case, it's a big completion.
Darnold now on 1st and 10. He'll get rid of it and complete it.
Certainly not the biggest play of the day, but a good example of picking up positive yardage, staying ahead of the chains by a well-timed ball and a well-timed route.
They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. Darnold to throw again. And that's going to be incomplete, but there's a penalty flag on the field. We'll let the officiating crew sort this one out. You only get a 1-yard buffer from the line of scrimmage for these old linemen. That time he strayed a little too far, and it draws the flag. He's got it at the 7, and they are in great shape. He's taken down inside the 10.
I love the way the ball's been moving around to different guys this drive, Mike. I mean, it really keeps the defense guessing and off balance. And now this defense is going to have to figure out how to keep this offense out of the end zone because it's 1st and goal.
The throw on the run is complete. Another catch from there. Numbers starting to stack up in this one. Closing in on 100 yards, and we're still in the 1st half. Play clock down to 0. That's going to be a delay.
Delay of game, offense. Still 2nd down.
From a little further back, here's 2nd and goal. Here's Darnold again. And he's in. Justin Jefferson. Touchdown, Vikings.
Well, you think back to their first possession of this game, Mike, it resulted in a punt. Not exactly the fast start the coaches told us was so important as this game unfolds. They get the ball back for possession 2. Now they try to find some rhythm, find their identity of the game plan, and they come away with 6. So that's how you bounce back in this league. It's not always going to be perfect. Really nice job settling into this game here with their second possession.
On now for the extra point. Here's Will Riker. The kick is good. And the Vikings are on the board. It's now 14-7. Riker out now, following the touchdown, as he kicks this one away. On the return, it's Dameon Pierce. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice play to start. The Houston offense going to make their way back onto the field. They lead by a touchdown as this drive begins with 1st and 10. And it's complete to the sideline. Nice job getting both feet down inbounds.
This is why the timing of these routes is so critical. If that ball is thrown a little bit later, he's unable to keep his feet in bounds, but instead the quarterback is on time and accurate, and the receiver does a nice job not only securing the catch, but ensuring that both feet remain in bounds.
Taking advantage of the room to run, a gain of 19 on the scramble. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. From the gun, here's Stroud. He'll drop to throw. And that time, the pressure too much. He'll go down.
The offense goes from feeling really good about the previous play with a real nice pickup to then on the ensuing play ending up going the complete opposite direction. Really nice job here by the defense immediately getting back on track. And what do the coaches say? Just play the next play, and that's exactly what they did.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Stroud to throw. He'll get this over the middle to Diggs. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up 3rd down. Throwing is Stroud. He'll try to run for it.
And that's a great job defensively here on 3rd down. Not only taking away all the options down the field through the air, but when the quarterback decides to turn into a runner himself, they're able to converge and make the play and keep him short of the 1st down.
He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Texans will tack on 3 more, extending the lead here late in the 1st half. Still a little time. Final minute of this 1st half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Vikings offense going to take over here in the final minute of this 1st half. They find themselves down 17-7 as this drive starts 1st and 10. A throw left side, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate.
Oh, can't afford another incompletion here. Quickly, it is 3rd and 10. Trying to find some seam out there, but he will not. They get him behind the line, and 4th down is coming up. Here's Ryan Wright now, and he is hoping to improve on his first attempt. Now, how about this? It's a fake. Ooh. And some good running on that return as he takes it up close to midfield. They get 29 yards. A big pickup on 4th down. So we have a 10-point game here at halftime. We'll head over to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He has the EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Michael, thanks very much as we welcome you into our downtown Orlando studios and the EA Sports halftime report. We just watched a very good first half out of the Ohio State man, C.J. Stroud. He fired his guys into the lead with 2 first-half touchdown passes as they were looking like a well-oiled machine in the first half of play. The second half, straight ahead. Time to get back to it. And for the call, let's rejoin Mike Tirico and Greg Olsen.
All right, Coach. Thank you very much. We welcome you back. It is quarter number 3. 3rd quarter set to commence. And we're back underway here on EA Sports. Ty Chandler now to bring it back. Now an opening past the 30. They finally get him down, but he gets all the way up close to the 40-yard line. The Vikings offense ready to get going again. They'll have it first in this 3rd quarter. The deficit is at 10, so an important drive forthcoming. Getting started with 1st and 10. Escaping the danger, throwing and completing. And he will score. T.J. Hawkinson. Touchdown, Minnesota. What a luxury to have in an offense, a tight end who can take it down the field like that and take it the distance. Shades of Greg Olsen back in the day.
Well, I appreciate that, Mike, but I think it's clear by now that we all know what's the most impactful position on offense. It's the tight end. And when you have a guy like this who can not only make those difficult catches underneath, but who can get down the field for these big plays, man, you got yourselves a weapon.
Reichert now to add the extra point. The kick is good. And the Vikings are back to within a field goal. It's 17-14. Reichert out now, following the touchdown, as he kicks this one away. Here's Pierce for the return. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Texans offense trotting back out for their first involvement of this second half. They lead by a field goal as they go to work with a 1st and 10. Here's Stroud. And a good effort there defensively. It's knocked away and incomplete. Tank Dell was the one he was looking for. It's 2nd down.
And up until this point, this has been an incredibly efficient game from this quarterback. I mean, it's hard to think. Here we are in the second half, and that's only his 2nd incomplete pass. So finally, the defense is able to do something to disrupt his timing and finally try to get him out of this groove.
On the give, this is Mixon. Mixon has the first down and more. And he's going to be taken down on the other side of the 50-yard line.
The challenge of playing a running back like this is you feel like you have him under control. You're doing a nice job putting a lid on him, and then all of a sudden, he's got a big spark play like this. That's the challenge. These guys are just so talented. You can only keep them down so long. That was a really nice run.
Set to go now on 1st and 10.
On the quick, right?
To throw, it's Stroud. He's going to keep it himself.
Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. Little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good game.
Oh, right.
On 2nd down, Stroud. He'll run again. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
I love this call, Mike. 2nd down and short. One of the best downs in football to take a shot. Give credit to the defense. They were ready for it. But a nice job by the quarterback, realizing there's nothing downfield. Take off, turn into a runner, pick up the first down.
Stroud to throw here on 1st and 10. That's complete. It's Tank Dell. A 2nd down throw for Stroud. And he's going to run out of time. They get to him and bring him down.
If there's one positive remaining, it's the fact that they're still in scoring position. But with the way they've been able to move the ball down here in the red zone, they're thinking 6. But after that last sack, their chances of converting here for a touchdown have gotten a lot more difficult.
We're going to try to pick this up on 3rd and 8.
Here we go.
From the shotgun, C.J. Stroud. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Talk about making your presence felt on this drive. 2 sacks in a game is great. 2 sacks in a row on the same offensive possession is unheard of. And tell you what, they get to the sideline, there's going to be a lot of high fives and helmet slaps.
He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Texans add on to their lead.
And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
Chandler now to return it. And he'll get as much as he can, protecting the football as he dives to the ground. The visitors' offense and Sam Darnold heading back on the field. And I want to take you through the highlights here. They have been plentiful from the quarterback position. Has the offense running at a high efficiency throughout, and we'll try to sustain it here down the stretch. This drive starts at the 21. It's 1st and 10. Play fake to Jones, and now Darnold. That's caught downfield by Jefferson. And he'll be taken down up past the 40-yard line.
And this is where the quarterback's improv skills really kind of come into play. The ability to play off-platform, throw from different arm angles. It's something that we're seeing a lot play out across the league. And yes, you have to throw from a spot in the middle of the pocket. But if you can only do that, it's hard to play quarterback in today's NFL.
They'll put Addison in motion. Darnold to throw on first down. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down. They'll go play action with Darnold. That's to the left side and taken in by Jefferson. And they're going to get this ball down to the 20-yard line.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone, and this is where you have to finish drives.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Here's Darnold. A throw on the move is caught. And he will score. Justin Jefferson. Touchdown, Vikings. That is 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
We're seeing this so much all across the NFL, Mike, is the value placed on a receiver being able to turn into a runner after they're able to secure the catch. And sometimes it's easier said than done. But if you want to survive in this league as a wide receiver, you have to be able to make plays like this after the catch. And great job there by the quarterback being accurate, and great job by the receiver running after he makes the catch.
They will not get this one off. It'll be a delay of game.
Delay of game, offense.
Will Reichard now on for the extra point. Backed up because of the penalty, but no matter. The extra point is good.
Texans 20.
Reichard out now following the touchdown as he kicks this one away. Here's Pierce for the return. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Texans offense and running back Joe Mixon heading out onto the field. The deficit is 1 as they'll search now for that go-ahead score. first down, they'll start with Mixon. And he'll take this to about the 28. Jonathan Bullard able to bring him down.
A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 28-yard line.
Here's a 2nd and 9.
Oh, ready?
Here's Stroud. That's to the left side and taken in by Diggs. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up 3rd down.
This is a great example here of just not getting too complicated as an offensive coordinator. Who's one of your best players on the field, and how do you get the ball in his hands?
They'll come up to 3rd and 3.
Oh, ready?
They'll try and run for this with Mixon. And this will be a Texans first down. He's up to the 45-yard line.
You can see the trust they have in this running back and the offensive line. You're facing a 3-and-out. You're trying to extend this drive, turn around, hand it to the guy behind you, and let him do the rest.
On 1st and 10, here's Stroud. Nowhere to get away, and he's going to go down.
And now we're seeing the game kind of go back and forth. Each team trading blows, trying to establish control over the other. Nice chunk play on the previous play. The defense responds back with a sack, and we're going to see which team can establish a little bit more of this control as the game unfolds.
Here we go. Tonight.
Throwing on 2nd down, Stroud. This one complete to Jordan. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on 3rd down.
When you put plays like this on tape, it sends a message to every defender across the league. When you play this offense and this guy has the ball, you better bring it when you come to contact him, because if not, you're going to be on the wrong end of it.
3rd and long. Now Stroud. He'll try and get there on the ground.
A gain of 5. It's 4th down. Tommy Townsend in punt formation for the Texans.
Here's Powell to return. And he's going to bring it out from the middle of the end zone. And some nifty running on the return. Picked up some good yardage before he was taken down. So these two teams take the long walk to the opposite end of the stadium. We've come to the end of the 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Wow, indecision right away. Delay of game to start this drive. So that'll cost them half the distance.
Still first down.
Working out of the gun. Oh, no. That is not going to work out at all. That will be a safety. And that is the last thing you want to do, Greg. When you have the ball on offense in your hands and the other team gets points, it is 2 with a safety there.
And it's really a rare play in the NFL, Mike. We just don't see it very often. So anytime a defense gets the run off the field celebrating, getting an easy 2 points, they'll take it.
So now, after the safety, here comes a free kick from the 20-yard line.
Free kick out of bounds. Kicking team.
They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40.
Here we go.
Stroud. A short throw pulled in by Schultz. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down.
And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot. And man, they're too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times they're too big for defensive backs.
They'll work now on 2nd and 4.
Here we go.
They're trying to burn some clock here as they keep it on the ground. It'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
Well, that 2nd down play call is not real fancy, but at this point, Mike, they're in a battle with the clock. How much time can they run off and try to protect this lead? But now it brings up a pretty interesting 3rd down. Can they keep the ball and finish this thing on offense, or are they going to have to punt it away and have their defense finish the game?
From the gun here on 3rd down, it's Stroud. He's got his man. It's Diggs. They get 12 yards on that pass. It's good for a Texans 1st down.
So this is a part of the game that everybody works on, Mike. They call it 4-minute offense. You don't necessarily have to have 4 minutes on the clock, but the whole idea is we possess the ball late in the 4th quarter with the lead. The goal is we want to end the game with the ball. So that 3rd...
Oh, he's hit behind the line, and the ball is out. One of his teammates there to take it back in.
These are the opportunities that just kill defensive coordinators. You got the ball loose. You did everything you want. But now you got to recover it. You need better pursuit to the ball.
Challenge flag is out. D'Amico Ryan saying, I want another look at this
play
one.
Is under review.
At issue was the knee or any other body part except the hand down before the ball comes loose. And are the visuals convincing enough to overturn the call on the field?
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
So that challenge, a successful one. They'll try again here. 2nd and 10.
On the quick, right?
From the gun, here's Stroud. To the left side, and caught by Schultz. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
A lot could go wrong anytime you decide to put the ball in the air here late in the 4th quarter as you're trying to run out the clock and protect this lead. But at the same time, I like that they haven't gone super conservative. Just handoff right, handoff left. and it just turns into tackling practice. So I like the balance of making the defense defend everything, because right now, possess the ball, protect the ball, and ultimately just run the clock out.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10.
Here we go.
Back to throw. Stroud. That ball incomplete. Got the hands in there to break it up. Could have been a big gainer. Instead, it sets up a 3rd down.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front.
All right.
On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. And they get to him and finally bring him down. It will go down as a sack.
If they win this game, this pass rush is going to be a big reason why. The 5 sacks speak for itself, but their ability to disrupt the timing of this offense, that can't be overstated.
So now it's Kaimi Fairbairn in a pressure situation. This to stretch the lead to more than a field goal. This one has plenty of leg, and it is good. So it is still a 1-score game, but a little more breathing room now. Fairbairn, after making the field goal, heads back out to kick this one away. Chandler now to return it. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The visitors' offense and their quarterback headed out for their next possession. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been successful. He just processes things so quickly, making the right read seemingly every time. And he will take this one in. 73 yards. Touchdown, Minnesota. That is his 3rd touchdown of the afternoon. What a game this has been. Back and forth we go, and that 4th quarter score changes the lead one more time.
And we've seen the lead go back and forth, Mike, and now the question is, can they get a stop? Can they find a way defensively to hang on to this lead and get themselves this big win?
Now this, an important extra point here to stretch this lead to a field goal. His kick is good. And the Vikings go up by a field goal as they lead it by 3. So now playing with the lead after that fourth quarter touchdown. Time to kick it back the other way. Oh, very good field position to start as the return is past the 40. The Texans offense getting set to get back to work. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides as this drive kicks off with 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Stroud to throw. That's over the middle and caught by Collins. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
Nice way to start the drive here. Really good protection by the guys up front. Good decision by the quarterback to find his read. Ball's accurate, ball's on time. Now they're able to start this drive and get on the move the right way.
Here's 1st and 10.
Hey, uno.
Oh, maybe a free play as he'll look to throw it. And that'll be knocked down. It's incomplete, but it might not matter.
Offside.
Let's check
Defense.
on this penalty.
Still 1st down.
So a lot of options on the table now. It's 1st and 5.
All right.
On play action. And this offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack. 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd down.
All right.
At the 44-yard line.
Stroud going to set up to throw. To the left side into the hands of Collins. And it'll be taken down after a gain of 9 and 3rd down. Coming up.
Brings up 3rd and 1.
All right.
Here's Mixon. And he is going to have a Texans 1st down by about a yard. So they pick it up on 3rd and 2.
Really just the same approach that an offense would take on a quarterback sneak, Mike. You don't necessarily have to spring them for a huge gain. Can you buy just enough space up front to pick up 1 yard? That's exactly what they did. Pick up the 1st down.
Stroud to throw here on 1st and 10. That's caught right side, the tight end Schultz. 11 yards on the pass there. 1st down for Houston.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
And he'll get about 6 there, setting up 2nd down.
At the 14-yard line. It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
In motion now, it's Collins. Here's a give up the middle to Mixon. And he'll be taken down as the clock ticks towards 2 minutes to play. Needing to convert here on 3rd and inches.
Here we go. Let's go.
They'll drop to throw. He is in. C.J. Stroud. Touchdown, Texans. Now Fairbairn for the extra point. It's up and good. And the Texans have taken a 4-point advantage. So now playing with the lead after that fourth quarter touchdown. Time to kick it back the other way. Powell now to bring it back. Justin Jefferson and this Vikings offense heading out for their next possession. And he's looking to finish strong. He has been unquestionably the star of the show, as they have just absolutely had no answer on the defensive side of the ball. Now whistles. Play clock at 0, and that'll cost them 5.
Offense.
Awful time to get a penalty. Now 1st and 15. Operating from the gun, it's Darnold. And he just does get that one away. He was being chased down, forced the awkward throw. Maybe he's fortunate that all it is an incompletion.
A great pass rush is like a closer in baseball. When you bring them into the game, it's all but over. That's exactly the case here. It doesn't result necessarily in a sack, but it was the hit that altered the throw just enough to end that play before it started.
Now on 2nd and long. And the back judge throws the flag. He looks at the ball, looks at the clock. Clock says 0. That's a delay of game.
Still second down.
They'll come up now for 2nd down. From the shotgun, here's Darnold. He'll let this go deep for Jefferson.
Yeah, shot there to take the lead with that big play. He's got an open receiver. He just needs to put it on him. And here in the fourth quarter, those critical plays mean that much more. And you just can't afford to miss open targets, especially downfield like that.
So now a timeout for the Vikings. That is their first. Talk things over before 3rd down. Now Darnold. He manages to get the throw away and completes it. And he'll be brought down, but not before they get this all the way up near midfield.
What's the old saying, Mike? If it ain't broke, don't fix it. And at this point, there's just really no reason to not just continue to target him. He's been running free all game long, and you can see the numbers. They bear that out. It's evident right from the start that they were going to look his way early and often, and I think it turned out to be a pretty good game plan.
Plenty of time, plus 2 timeouts at their disposal. It's 1st and 10. Looking for Jefferson deep downfield. And that is incomplete. But a penalty flag is down. Let's see who they got. Here comes 2nd down. Here's Darnold again. That's caught downfield by Jefferson. That one good for 26 yards.
All right, this is a good start. Plays like these are definitely going to help as you work your way into scoring range. While you have to be wary of the clock and keep an eye on it, they should have plenty of time here to finish this drive.
Play clock has expired. We're not going to get this one off on
Delay
top.
of game, offense. Still 1st down.
Darnold to throw again. He'll take a shot here. Back to the end zone. And the Texans are right back in this one.
So much of that play comes down to the defender's positioning, being able to get himself to a spot to get his hand.
So it's a win here for the Texans. This was a game where both offenses were up and down the field, marching the ball at will, matching each other point for point. But in the end, a few more defensive stops than their opponents did. That is the difference in this one. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Texans, as we say, so long from Houston. Third down, 3 to go.
Here we go.
From the shotgun, C.J. Stroud. Oh, that's the one thing they couldn't have there, the sack that might take them out of field goal range.
Every time a quarterback...
Throwing to open it up is Darnold. Off he goes. And he'll be brought down up past the 35-yard line.
You know, Mike, I like everything about this play except the very end. You've already picked up good yardage. You've already picked up the first down. Now get down on the ground and protect yourself. There's no reason to take those shots.
They'll put Addison in motion. There's Jefferson. And he's down inside the 40-yard line.
Great pre-snap recognition here by the quarterback. He looks outside and sees man coverage, and he knows exactly where he's going to go with the ball. Now it's up to the receiver to create separation at the top of the route. Ball's on time, great placement, nice big pickup.
From the 39, here's a 1st and 10. Darnold to throw. He'll go right back to Jefferson. They connect again. And they are in great shape. He's taken down inside the 10. This opened the drive going to form so far. Now they've got it 1st and goal. Play fake to Jones, and now Darnold. He's got it at the 3. And he's going to be down close to the goal line. Good job defensively to make sure he did not get to the end zone. From the 1, 2nd and goal. To throw again is Darnold. That's to the end zone, but they can't connect. It's incomplete.
You have to come down with those opportunities. You're not going to get your hands on the ball very often as a defensive player. And when you do, let alone in the end zone, those are plays you just have to make.
And that is incomplete.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
Darnold to the air once more. And this is hot. Wow, the decision to go pays off. Jalen Naylor. Touchdown, Minnesota. The teamwork was just ideal there. Greg, we don't see practice all week, but we see it pay off in the game.
And when you have a wide receiver, Mike, that can operate near the sideline,
On 1st and 10, here's Stroud. That's to the end zone, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Stephon Diggs there, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
the defender saw this the entire way, Mike. He actually ran the route before the receiver even got to his spot. I think they're fortunately this one didn't end up getting picked and going the other way.
Throwing on 2nd down, Stroud. To the back of the end zone, he's got it. In motion, it's Jefferson. 3rd and short yardage, and here's Darnold. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a 1st down.
You can see this connection is just through the same set of eyes, and that is the job of the receiver. What is my quarterback expecting from me? Where does he want me? Be there on time, and it leads to big gains like this.
To the end zone there, but it is incomplete. The intended receiver was Justin Jefferson, and it'll be 2nd and goal. Working out of the gun, it's Darnold. That's to the end zone, but they can't connect. It's incomplete. 2 incomplete passes now lead to this 3rd down and goal. They'll try and throw. Here's Darnold. And that is incomplete.
Great pass rushers live for 3rd down, especially when they know the offense has to be one-dimensional. And this is a great example here, Mike. They can just pin their ears back and go. They know there is no threat for run. It is a must-pass situation, and for this offense, they're lucky it didn't result in a sack.
On 4th down, it's Will Riker time for this Viking field goal. Reichard's kick is good. And the Vikings will break our tie and take a 10-7 lead.
Go set.
Darnold now on 1st and 10. Escaping the danger, throwing and completing. Inside the 30. Justin Jefferson. And he will dive into the end zone. 80 yards. Touchdown, Minnesota. Well, that was a pretty easy touchdown. He was wide open.
Go set.
So now a timeout for the Vikings. That is their first. And some problems communicating on 3rd down, and that's going to be a delay.
Still 3rd down.
Set. Set.
Throwing on
quarterbacks from everybody else in the National Football League, Mike, is not only ability to process, but the ability to process quickly under pressure. And I think that's exactly the case here. He's able to go through his progression, find his target in the end zone.
Darnold now to throw. That's to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
They went for it all on that one and just a little bit off. Ball winds up hitting the ground. They've got to move forward. The opportunities are out there. Better execution, better location, and they got some big plays in their future.
Here's 3rd and 2. Darnold. This is caught at 2. And the Vikings are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them down to the 1. Terrific day throwing the ball, and the numbers now show it. Over 300 yards passing in this one. Here's a chance to put this game away. 1st down and goal. Here's Darnold. That one, take it in, middle of the end zone. Jalen Naylor, touchdown Minnesota. 2 touchdowns for him now on the afternoon. This one not quite over, but down a couple of scores. We're going to get an onside kick.
Well, we knew, Mike, this was going to take a miracle. All they needed to do was recover this score, recover another one.
Victory very much in sight now as they'll take a knee. Texans going to use the last of their timeouts here, and they'll get together prior to the 2nd down play. So they send in Will Reichert for this field goal try. Oh, looked like he mishit it. He missed that one from short range. No good. And their lead will stay right where it is.
They're just trying to extend the lead here, and this is definitely one they're going to want to have back.
The home team's offense ready to get back at it. They'll be... So it is a win for our visitors, the Vikings. This was a game where both offenses were up and down the field, marching the ball at will, matching each other point for point. But in the end, they got a few more defensive stops than their opponents did. And that was the difference in this one.
We've seen one half of football and no points just yet. Let's see who can finally break that deadlock here in our second half. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Chiefs have their offense out to start this third quarter. And they could take control of the second half early, Brock, if they break the tie on this opening drive. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Out of the gun, it's Mahomes. Into the hands of Flanoy, complete. At the 20. Touchdown, Kansas City. The Chiefs take a 6-0 lead in quarter number 2. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just got to ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you got to win.
On the field. They're going to try for 2. Before the play clock can expire, we've got a timeout called by Andy Reid, as that'll leave him with just 2 to use the rest of the way. Cam Little to try the extra points. And the extra point is no good. So potentially a key tally kept off the scoreboard, Brock. Going to see how and if this comes into play later in the second half. Now probably still mentally kicking himself after that missed point after. He can take a little frustration out here as he kicks this away. And he didn't strike that one true, Brock. It came down short of the landing zone. He had to reach, so give them the football up at the 40. Excellent field position for him here after the kickoff lands short. New slated downs to approach here from the 40. Pretty throwing here on 1st. That pass complete to Goddard. And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a 1st down.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for in 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Inside handoff goes to Etienne. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. 2nd and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical 3rd down.
Third and 4 coming up now. Purdy looking to throw. That's taken in by Etienne. And this is marked down right along that 40-yard line. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
This dude just simply got a nose for the marker no matter how they get him the ball, Kate. Hand it to him, and he sniffs out that 1st down. Get it to him on a screen, and it's no different. He surges ahead and keeps this drive moving.
Purdy on 1st down. Able to find Peoples-Jones here. And he's going to be taken down a yard shy of the 25. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend, do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
First down throw by Purdy. Cut at the 10-yard line. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
4 downs now to get in. Here's first and goal.
Here we go. Sack.
ETN runs it in for the Cleveland touchdown. The Browns can add to their side of the scoreboard. Travis Etienne, the touchdown. Tanner Brown on for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Browns take the lead on that successful kick. The Browns have it on the tee, and they will kick it away here. Brings in the kick at the 9. Tackle made as the return gets it out to the 32. The offense returning to the field now as we get a look at their wideouts. And their defense sure has kept this game close. Now it's time for them to come through, get some points for their team in this low-scoring affair. First down throw, Mahomes. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Hit arrived as the ball did to break things up. And now they face second down. Operating from the gun, here's Mahomes. Has him on the quick hitter. Jukes one defender, and they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They get 22 on that one. And the Chiefs are going to have a first down.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
New set of downs for him from the 46. First and 10, it's Mahomes. Finds a seam down the middle. And he's taken down at the 30. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got first down.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
He's on the move. Caught near the pylon. And he takes it down to the 2, but no touchdown. He's out of bounds. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with first and goal.
This entire play, Kate, depends on how well he can separate from his man. You get man-to-man coverage, it's really about two things, separation and trust. Because QBs want to throw it before he breaks, that's the trust, and then they got to believe that that separation can create the big play down the field.
They'll break the huddle and come up on first and goal. From the red zone now. And he makes the play at full extension. That's a touchdown. The Chiefs grab the lead on their first series of the half. All right, partner, what do you think? Was that a design read, or did he just see space and he was reacting more on the old quarterback instinct there?
Yes. I think yes on both of them, and that play happens so fast that it really is instincts on both sides.
The Chiefs offense staying on the field. They're going to try for 2. They don't get this snapped in time. This is going to back them up.
Delay of game, offense.
Can't get the play off in time, and I'm going to wager the call is going to come in much quicker, Brock, for this next snap. And they send a man in motion. Back to the air, Mahomes. Bails out of the pocket quick, and he won't get away. They bring him down. The sack prevents them from adding another 2 more to that lead. 3 quarters in the books from this one. And after that last-second score in the third, we'll resume play with a kickoff.
Little to kick off.
All set for the kickoff. Little with the honors. On the return, here's Mims. And he'll break the 15, but not get much further. Tough field position to start this one out. Cleveland's offense all set to take over. And they're coming off an excellent series throwing the football that led to that touchdown, Brock. So you and I both expecting that defense to be looking for that on this series. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Shotgun snap for Purdy. He gets this one to Peoples-Jones. And he'll be brought down along the 25-yard line. The rookie from Miami, they're on the stop.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, give your quarterback a chance.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Out of the gun, a give to ETN. And an opening doesn't materialize. He's cut near the line of scrimmage. No gain on 2nd down, and they need 2 here on 3rd.
As that linebacker makes that tackle right in the middle of the field, all I'm thinking about right now, Kate's training camp. Because that's the middle drill right there. That is textbook. What you do in training camp, coming to life when it matters.
3rd and just 2 to go. ETN again. And he'll get them enough for a 1st down.
Okay, you know me, I can't resist. I thought we might have needed the old Gene Steratore index card down there, making a really close measurement to see if he got the 1st down or not. But in the end, well, the right call was made. He got just enough to move the chains.
From the gun is Purdy. A crucial mistake late. It's intercepted. And it's a pick 6 as he runs it in for the touchdown. Defense getting in on the thought, Brock, with that 4th quarter lead as they provide a nice little boost there with the pick 6.
Yeah, you could feel some of the desperation of this offense, and when you get into that mode, it is danger time. Defenses love to take advantage of it. I always say to you, Kate, play fast but never in a hurry. You can't be rushed offensively because you can often be rushed into mistakes like that.
On is Little for the extra point. And that one is no good. Didn't even come very close to sneaking that one in, so leave that score as is.
Little to kick off.
So now after his 2nd missed point after the game, he's hoping to strike this one a little better as he kicks it away. And this won't have the juice to reach the landing zone, so some great field position coming up for this offense at the 40-yard line. And this drive is going to have some great starting field position as a result of that short kick. This will be the last play before our 2-minute warning. Working out of the gun, it's Purdy. This is hauled in by Peoples-Jones. And they're going to haul him down just shy of the 40. Down a couple of scores, but still some time left and 3 timeouts as well. It's 1st and 10. Back to throw. Here's Purdy. Got Williams, and it's complete. And they bring him down at the 18-yard line. Browns fighting the clock now, trying to hurry back to that line. This time they're going to get there, and they drop him. Browns fighting the clock now, trying to hurry back to that line. Oh, they're on him, and he's dropped again. Browns fighting the clock now, trying to hurry back to that line. And disaster averted. He knocks away the deep ball, incomplete.
With all due respect to some of the great linebackers back in the day, to play the position today, man, you've got to be versatile. You can't just be a come up and stuff the run. You got to play coverage. And these defenses more and more rely on you to break up throws just like that.
Flying down the heart of the lane, and it's good! And it pulls him back within 1 score here in the 4th.
His make there, they had to have that one. And it really does set up a judgment call down on the field. And this is where special teams coach and head coach are talking about game management. You've got 3 timeouts left, so you really can write either script you want. Onside kick or send it deep.
And the Chiefs are able to make that recovery. That should lock up this win.
Hey, the numbers don't lie. The numbers tell you, Kate, time and again, it is so hard to recover these onside kicks. And when you got an opponent prepared for it, well, that makes it even more difficult.
The Chiefs are out once again. Their offense led by Patrick Mahomes. All right, the Chiefs in good field position here as they start out 1st and 10. Here's Robinson up the middle. Just about do it, folks. They take it in for the touchdown, and that should lock up this win. So that should be the one that does it, Brock. A big one late that puts them up here 2 scores.
What a complete performance overall. The clock where it is and where it stands right now, Kate, that should be the capper. And that is so satisfying as an offense to go up 2 scores.
On is Little for the extra point. And another one is no good. What a disaster this has been, Brock. That is his 3rd missed PAT in this ball game. No time just yet to figure out what's going wrong. After another miss, he's got to stay out there and send this one away. On the return, here's Mims. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. Now we see the Browns offense headed out. And they can really do what they want with these last couple of snaps afforded to them because the outcome already decided. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Now they'll throw out of the gun. And that was probably their last gasp. It's intercepted. And forget the turnover, Brock. They take it back for a late touchdown. But we all know getting the interception is the important thing, Brock. But how about this guy having the wherewithal to transition into a really nice return to then get the touchdown out of it, too?
Yeah, that's a great point. We talk about it with receivers, right? Getting vertical right away after making a catch. Same thing for these defenders when they make a pick. They secure the football, sure. But instantly they go back to their offensive days. They want that touchdown, and they want a moment they won't forget.
On is Little for the extra point. And again, he whiffs on the point after. Oh, baby, the Yips have hit in full force here. That is his 4th missed extra point in this game. No time just yet to figure out what's going wrong. After another miss, he's got to stay out there and send this one away. Oh, and this will be a turnover. It's recovered by the kicking team.
Kid, I know what you were waiting for and what I was waiting for, and that was that official to raise his hand. I think we all assumed that was going to be taken to the house. It wasn't, but it could be in pretty short order because this offense now set up for some serious success.
If only every drive could start like this, right, partner? 1st and goal to begin this one. Finds the end zone. Touchdown, Kansas City. The Chiefs put up even more points in a win. So an exclamation point there. That caps off what, and I think you'd agree, Brock, has been a dominating performance.
Yeah, I would. Really in all phases, too. You know, I thought coming in that this would be a much closer game than how it's turned out to be. And you got to give credit where it's due. This offense has been outstanding throughout.
On is Little for the extra point. And it's off the mark. The kick is no good, but I think they can spare a point or two given the size of this lead. No time just yet to figure out what's going wrong. After another miss, he's got to stay out there and send this one away. And that one's going to skip across the goal line and into the end zone. So the football will come back out to the 20. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. After the pick, Purdy back to the air. Trying to push it deep downfield. And that last pass falls incomplete as this game comes...
After a rare scoreless first half, these teams now just looking for something as the second half gets underway. He takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
The Chiefs ready to go on offense to begin quarter number 3. And Charles, a scoreless first half. How does that change how you assess things here moving forward?
Well, it doesn't change it a whole lot because, remember, it's still scoreless, which means you're starting from 0 again, so you just have 1 half to play instead of 2. What I would look at my play sheet, though, and see is something that maybe loosens things up for my guys, gets a smile on their faces, and gets them going to begin the second half.
Now here's Mahomes. Had his hands on it, but dropped it. The rookie making a little bit of a rookie mistake. 3rd down.
Looked like they had an opportunity for a big play across the middle, but he didn't have the concentration or the focus necessary and dropped it before he could haul it in.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Mahomes now to throw.
He had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
And so many times we look at the opening drive of the 3rd quarter as a tone setter, and many coaches do emphasize it. And that's a strong performance there defensively to force incompletion and, more importantly, force a quick punting situation.
Well, pretty woeful there. Just 23 yards on the punt.
And the Bengals take over 1st and 10.
Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. Up the middle, it's Montgomery.
And slow going there as he'll only get a yard, maybe, up to the 41.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down, then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
3rd and 9 here.
Here's Stafford.
And that one too wide and incomplete.
Another drive comes and goes. Still nothing on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and when the second half comes, it's real easy to get discouraged and wonder if you're ever going to get things started. You just got to fight through it. Got to keep pounding away.
Here's Riley Dixon now as he'll kick it away for the second time. And this will be taken at the 13.
Found good room to run there. Returns it 14 yards.
And it's Chiefs football. 1st and 10.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive.
And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here. A little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. Play clock down to 0. And this is not the way to start a drive.
Delay of game, offense.
So a little tardy getting everyone set, and the clock hits 0 before they could snap it.
Yeah, you can take your time and use the clock and try and get set up, but once it gets near 5 seconds, that's when you often hear a quarterback yelling, hurry, hurry, and make sure everybody's ready to get the snap off.
And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. Ed Oliver forced his way through, drops him for a loss of 10 yards. Mahomes taps this forward. It's a jet sweep. And just not a ton of room to work with. He'll get it to the 15 for a gain of 2.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
Now 3rd down and very long.
To throw, it's Mahomes. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. Here's the Chiefs punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he'll try and hurry the kick, gets it away, but it's not looking that great. So a change of possession here on the punt.
Welcome to week 1 of the NFL preseason, where the rookies of today hope to become the stars of tomorrow. It's the Raiders and the Vikings, and it comes your way next.
You're in the north. The Yaller horn is about to sound and send 2 teams to battle here at U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis, Minnesota. Alongside Brock Hewitt, I'm Kate Scott. And finally, Brock, we can say it. Football is back. So look at that. We didn't even practice that. Wins and losses don't quite count not just yet, partner, but for a lot of people, us included, we are just happy to see games being played once again.
Yeah, it's been a long wait for fans of the sport. It's one thing to have a draft and OTAs. It's another to actually start hitting one another. And I know for these guys on the field, they can't wait to hit somebody else. And it's also the time to fight for roster spots and start shaping your roster for week number 1.
Personnel is out. Everyone's ready to get this one going. And we're off from US Bank Stadium. And this isn't even going to be close, partner. The opening kickoff fails to reach the landing zone, so they're going to have to defend from the 40 to begin this game. So hopefully he's able to find the landing zone next time. His first kickoff gives him some great field position here.
Automatic first down.
All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he'll have a small 4-yard chunk there. That tackle made by Blake Cashman.
You know, this is an offense that will emphasize the ground game at different points of each and every contest. And as long as they can reliably get gains like this, it's not going to change anytime soon.
Second and 6 coming up here. From the shotgun, Minshew. That's taken in nicely by Brock Bowers. And they'll manage to contain him after about a 6-yard pickup. Ivan Pace able to make the stop.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, just find a way to get him the ball.
And his short gain gets them a new set of downs.
That is your old school meat and potatoes call right there. Don't even think about throwing it. Just rush it ahead and get what you need.
Football on that 47-yard line, first down. Here's Madison again. And they're going to bring him down after a good gain to the 40. Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3.
Some backs are easier to tackle than others. Some, well, they just choose violence. They look for those opportunities to bust through tackles and keep those legs pumping.
2nd and 3 now. Play action, it's Minshew. He gets this to Michael Mayer. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. We've got a stoppage here. There's a player out there in some pretty obvious discomfort being worked on. All hopes, of course, that it's nothing serious, especially here in the preseason. This drive has been excellent. A few shots now. It's starting with 6 as they come up on it. 1st and goal. Inside handoff goes to Madison. And he'll go down shy of the end zone. They mark him at the 4. First shot gets him 5. Still a couple of looks remaining. It's 2nd and goal.
Humble 5 to 6 yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain. Not a game-changing play by any means. But one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
Still chances to get these final 4 yards. It's 2nd and goal. Abdullah can't fight past that line. They stop him at the 3.
Well, you haven't given up the goal line yet, but this offense is moving closer and closer. Now might be the time defensively to get a little more aggressive, try to stick them with the loss, and make a difficult fourth down decision.
And he will take this in. Touchdown! The Raiders finish up an excellent opening series. What an outstanding opening series, partner. They just wore down that defense as they marched their way to the end zone.
Yeah, it took a whole bunch of that opening script to find a touchdown, but it showed just how well designed that script was. It was the right sequence of plays to keep that ball moving and find the end zone while getting your offense established in its top gear right here early on.
That one right down the middle. And the Raiders will jump out to a 7-0 lead. The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. On the return, here comes Kene Wangu. And this drive will start inside the 25. So we'll see the Vikings offense now for the first time. Leading them out to the 10th pick of the draft, coming off that national championship in Michigan, J.J. McCarthy.
You know, we expected to see a lot of them right away in the preseason. You want your first-round QB as prepared and familiar with this offense in a game setting as he can be when week one rolls around. But this is where he could show the potential the team saw in him without quite as much pressure to win.
They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. McCarthy throwing right away. An alert play defensively there. He got a hand on it to tip it away, and that makes it 2nd down. We get a look now, Brock, at their picks from this year's draft. A group that they've been more than willing to say they are very excited about bringing in.
Well, lots of folks on the media side in it, frankly.
And they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up. From the shotgun, McCarthy. A risky throw, and they're going to intercept it. And the Raiders have it as he records the first interception of his young career. Already in an early hole on the scoreboard. That is not what they needed in response. Giving away possession with the pick.
You know, we got a lot of game left, obviously. Nowhere close to them putting it away. But you can see things starting to unravel a little bit, even after just 2 possessions. A touchdown here could really continue that momentum towards an early runaway.
2nd drive coming up for the Las Vegas offense. And the turnover puts them right back out there. Just a few plays since they scored that touchdown.
Well, they didn't get much time to rest, but guess what, Kate? That defense didn't get much time to rest either. Now you could go in attack mode while they're still shaking up.
And he will haul it in for the Vegas touchdown. The Raiders pull out in front further, 13-zip. Well, he found himself some space to work, and from there, athleticism as he made his way in for 6.
You know, you run the ball down in the red zone, Kate, you're not always thinking touchdowns, right? Space is so hard to come by. But you're exactly right. His athleticism, his explosion, his speed, it puts 6 on the board for the offense.
That one splits the uprights. And the Raiders drive out to an early 14-0 lead. The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. Wangu now to return. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. Minnesota all set to go for its 2nd drive. And I know it's early, Brock, but you can almost feel that they need some points to keep this lead from getting out of control and build up their confidence as well after drive number 1 ended in that interception.
Yeah, totally co-sign that, Kate, every bit of it. It's an early deficit, but there's still a whole lot of game left. You don't need to make up for it right away. You just need to start to see those chains moving.
That's 16 on the pickup. And that's going to give the Vikings the 1st down. New set of downs for him at the 38. They've got a man in motion. On play action now, McCarthy. And a man is there to knock that away. Looking for Justin Jefferson on that throw. So that brings up second down.
Well, I'll tell you what, Kate, that's a really nice play in coverage. That linebacker looking like a cornerback on that play. Perhaps those cover guys could take some notes on how to stay in position and, most importantly, swat that pass away.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down. The Vikings call a timeout. It'll be their first. And after using an early one, 2 left for him to spend. Couldn't connect on first. It's second down. Operating from the gun, it's McCarthy. And he must have overlooked the linebacker there because he was right in the way to swat it away and bring out the incompletion.
And you ask a lot of your defenders on that field. It is not easy to play defense in today's NFL. Not only stay in their assignment's hip pocket, but to make plays on the ball as it arrives. He was challenged with an intermediate throw, and he swatted it away with ease.
McCarthy throwing on third down. And it's incomplete, and that's going to bring up fourth down.
So often, so many of these games in the NFL, well, they come down to a play or two, and third downs are critical. Whether it's in a close game or already out of hand, their coach wants to see them convert those.
And it'll be touchdown a little before the 20. Out comes Las Vegas on offense. And while one sideline has 0 points, this offense, wow, they have had 0 issues so far getting into that end zone.
They are rolling right now, Kate, and unless there's a speed bump on the immediate horizon, things are at risk of getting out of hand.
Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Up the middle they go with Madison. He's descended upon quickly and dropped after it looks like a yard gain. That tackle made by Blake Cashman. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
They'll go right back to Madison. Runs into traffic and hits a wall. No gain. That tackle made by Blake Cashman. No gain here after a gain of only 1, and now they'll face 3rd and 9.
These linebackers of today, they are so quick. They're so twitchy. You don't get a body on them in a hurry, they're going to stick you right at the line of scrimmage.
Drive in dire straits. It's 3rd and 9. Out of the gun, Minshew. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through. That's going to back them up and bring up 4th down. And they will have to boot it away in a little bit. We've arrived at the end of our first quarter. Our score, 14-0. More from U.S. Bank Stadium after the break. Now the Raiders readying for the punt, and they'll turn to former All-Pro A.J. Cole for the kick. He sends this away, and oh, this is going to be a field flipper. Punt meets him at the 28. And he's brought down before the return gets far. That punt goes 63 yards. And it's going to be Vikings football. The Minnesota offense ready to set up shop again. And it's far from the first time we're seeing this unit head out, Brock. But what we haven't seen so far in this opening half, well, we haven't seen much in terms of yardage.
No, it's like they've written a few lyrics, but nowhere close to a song yet.
They've got first down from the 31. With that play clock getting perilously close to 0, Kevin O'Connell calls for a timeout. They're down to their final one in this half. They've got first down from the 31. First throw for the backup now. Chased out to his right. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete. So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. Empty backfield now. The running back motions out left. Hits him on the out route.
That's just discipline with a capital D. The play in the huddle is a running back screen, but it takes discipline for that offensive line to not get downfield. Discipline for that receiver to stay alert, stay aware that he's a viable option as well.
They're going to throw it on 3rd and long. And they get to him again. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down. Punt team is on now, and they get this away. And he's hit before he can get anything on that return. So no return on that punt. And it'll be Raider football. 1st and 10, ball set up at the 48. Now first run of the game, Zamir White. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great block in the spring of guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
It is charged towards the line. It's right around 3 yards.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Has him on the quick hitter. And they bring him down. Looks like he got it to the 27. Battle coming up on 3rd and inches. The give now to White. And he could not get there. They stop him right at the line. Just short on 3rd down. No gain on the run. And now what will they do on 4th?
Not every corner in this league can make the play he just made right there. Sure, there's pure coverage guys. Not really known for their tackling, but this guy...
No hesitations from Antonio Pierce here. He's got the challenge flag out.
Previous play is under review.
Well, we all know there can be so little room for error spotting the football. And that's what's being reviewed right here. Did they get this right?
And I know both sidelines are furiously pleading their cases about what their eyes see. But fortunately, the eye in the sky and the
After review of the
so upon further review, they get a more favorable spot, and that's enough to give them the first down. From the gun, O'Connell. Finds his running back, Dylan Laube. Ooh, play didn't develop like he needed. He goes out behind the line.
Well, there was never a play in any playbook I ever saw designed for a lost yardage play when you throw the ball. But if there's any solace, at least it was first down. A couple more chances to make up for it.
Here we go, 2nd and very long. Throwing deep for the end zone. Really pushing the envelope on 2nd down, but the deep shot doesn't work. So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Working out of the gun, it's O'Connell. Throwing all the way to the end zone here. We'll put way too much on that one, Brock. Over the end zone and out.
Well, this is really great defense to deny a big play and make them work for the touchdown. If they want to reach the end zone, they have to scrap
40 yards.
Right through them.
So now on 4th down, the Raiders elected to send Daniel Carlson out for the field goal. All spotted on the left hash, 49 yards out. And that one is good. A little longer, but no problem at all. And that will add to their score.
You'd expect him to make most of those attempts from this distance, but it's never a lock. So they'll happily take this and finish off the drive with points.
Here's a return from the 7. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. The Vikings taking the field on offense. And things starting to get a little out of hand for him, Brock. That last score made it 17-zip. Play action on first down. And this one's incomplete. Too low as it skips off the ground. No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down. Throwing here, Darnold. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And now the Raiders call for the first of their timeouts. Shotgun handoff now to Chandler. And that play backfired. He's brought down way behind the line. A timeout taken by Vegas. That's its second. On their own end zone, and he gets it away. Not the way they drew that one up. It is down inside the 35-yard line. Here's first and 10 from the 34. The Vegas offense getting set for another drive now. Throwing now on first down. O'Connell throwing this back of the end zone. Too far out of the back of the end zone it goes. Incomplete. Thought he had a touchdown there. And it's going to be second down. O'Connell here from the gun. Hauled in left side. And he's going to be brought down at the 23-yard line. Offense set for a first and 10. To throw, here's O'Connell. Brought in right side. That's a pickup of 17 yards, partner, and it makes it first and goal.
First and goal, Raiders.
From the red zone now. And that's caught. Touchdown, Las Vegas. The Raiders boat racing them to the halftime locker room. Well, Brock, you know this better than most. Sometimes these dudes can be a quarterback's best friend, finding the tight end in the end zone for 6.
And it really has been that way for decades when you think about it, Kate. From John Mackey to Tony Gonzalez to Travis Kelce. The position can be such a mismatch when you're throwing for the end zone.
That one right down the middle. And the Raiders make it a 24-point ball game. The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. Ty Chandler to return. They get to him before that return can amount to much, just beyond the 15-yard line. The Vikings with a football here late in the half. And we're a shade away from 50 seconds to go in the half. That's enough time to put something together. It is Cup, left side. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32. He picks up 15 on the play. And it'll bring up a Minnesota first down.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap first down.
Escapes the pocket. On the run right, throwing deep. He's got it inside the 25. They rip off a huge chunk of field as the downs reset. So we've reached the half of this preseason opener. Now, no need for halftime. We'll just keep it right here and get started with the third quarter. Time now for the bottom half of the roster to make an impact, Brock. Our preseason opener underway in half number 2. Chandler now on the return. And he'll get a couple more on the dive before being marked down. Here's the Minnesota offense headed out. They're out and set. First and 10. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Escapes a defender. And the Raiders are going to be set up in goal to go after a great return down inside the 10. Got it off that interception, Brock. Let's see if they can pay that off with points. Here's first and goal. Up the middle, here goes White. And he takes this down close, up to the 3. He gets him 6, and that's going to bring up 2nd and goal. White. And he's brought down for a loss. Buckle up, it's 3rd and goal. Here's O'Connell. Looking for somewhere to throw. And he rips this one out and over the back of the end zone. Incomplete. So now on 4th down, the Raiders elected to send Daniel Carlson out for the field goal. Pretty automatic look for him from the left. And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. It sails right through. A beautifully placed football. The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. Kickoff taken at the 3. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. The Vikings offense back to the field now. All the touchdowns have come from one side of the field, Brock. They're still looking for their first points of any kind in a game that has gotten out of hand. He misfired on that one. It's behind his man. Couldn't connect on first. It's 2nd down. Here's Darnold to throw. Connecting on the slant. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
It's a gain of 14 yards. That's good. For the Vikings, 1st down.
Here's Darnold. An alert play defensively there. He got a hand on it to tip it away. That makes it 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 10.
They'll throw it again. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. They're going to move the chains after a big play, 39 yards.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
Sets him up nice and pretty at the 25 following that big play. Darnold looking to throw. That'll be Cox. Here's Ty Chandler. And he runs it down inside the 15 before going out. Working inside the red zone. Looking end zone, but touchdown denied. Knocked away, incomplete. So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. They are throwing it again. Buys time, rolling right. To the ground it goes, that's incomplete. Trying to find his tight end. So they're left facing 3rd and long. Darnold now to throw. Oh, they got it. Intercepted along the goal line. And the Raiders have it as he records. His young career. Well, following that play, we have somebody shaken up. And, man, with so many guys fighting for roster spots, you never want to see someone get hurt. Hopefully they can fix him up quick. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Shotgun snap. They're going to throw. Ball's cut by Laube. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on a defense.
They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for 1st and 10. From the gun, Laube. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Call it 7 yards, and now they'll have 2nd down and 3.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Second and 3 now. O'Connell. Cut for big yards on the right side. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
1st and 10, it's a give to White. He's able to drive that pile about a yard. Harrison Smith in on the stop. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Again, this is White. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Call it 1 yard there. So consecutive 1-yard runs brings up 3rd and 8.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
A less than ideal 3rd and 8 here. Motion man sent left. On 3rd down, here's O'Connell. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through. That's going to back them up and bring up 4th down. Thankfully, only 1 quarter to play now. We've reached the end of 3 in this lopsided affair. It's Raiders ball, and this one looks like it may already. Las Vegas sends out the punt team. And he wants to hit his 2nd effort just as well as he hit his 1st. This is away, and once again, he's caught all of it. And this punt is out of bounds with no chance at a return. Looks like they're going to spot it at the 30. The Vikings and Sam Darnold heading out for their next shot on offense. First and 10 now from the 30. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Oh, brother, it's another interception. And the Raiders, they're going to have it. And he's going to hang on to that football. That's his 1st career interception. Oh, man, Brock, somebody, those other leaders on that sideline, they've got to sit him down and calm him down. 3 consecutive drives now where he's thrown an interception.
Yeah, this defense is just all over him, seeing every throw, anticipating these routes before they're even run. When he's dropping back to throw it, I know this feeling. It's horrible as a quarterback. It feels like there's 20 defenders out there on this defense.
2nd and 6 coming up here. From the 27. And he's not quite that fast. Let him just a bit too much. That's incomplete. No luck finding his receiver that time. And now they're going to face 3rd down. They go play action. It's O'Connell. Complete beyond the marker. And they have this well into the red zone now at the 15. And they've got themselves another 1st and 10. White trying this straight ahead. Juke the defender. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1. This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. Here's White again. And he won't get anything there. Several defenders nearby to hold him up. Another chance to get that lone yard. Here's second and goal. Trying again with White. And he gets in. Touchdown! The Raiders keep running away with this. Carlson to tack on the extra point. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Raiders grow their lead yet again. The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. Chandler now on the return. Only manages to get this back to the 20 before he's taken down. The Vikings now set to take the field. And with this loss already assured, they at least want to find some points and avoid being shut out. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. And the Raiders get there and take him down. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
Final quarter, this quarterback's just feeling the need to do a little extra, try to make something happen outside the pocket. But the problem, defense wouldn't let them. They have that same kind of urgency. They want to make some plays of their own before they hit the showers. And they got one right there with that sack.
Back to the line they go. It's second down. Trying again following the sack. Oh no, they get him yet again. And the Raiders have it after forcing his fourth INT of the day. The team total is now up to 5, Brock. 5 times they've picked this offense off.
Say it a third time for me, Kate, would you? Twist the knife for all the fans of this offense watching at home.
5 interceptions in one game. You just got to marvel at how well they played in coverage from start to finish.
Yeah, this goes beyond marveling. This goes to best case scenario in their game plan. This is one of those special games where absolutely everything is clicking. These defenders, it's like they're seeing the entire field in perfect 20/20 vision.
Got it off that interception, Brock. Let's see if they can pay that off with points. Here's first and goal. Out of the gun, White. And he's able to manage a couple on that run.
Okay, all right. There's a little progress on first and goal. You keep it safe, you push a little closer, and now you're set up for what you want to do on second down.
Second and goal coming up, 5 yards to the end zone. So a timeout comes in. It looks like the defense using its first stops this game as we get close to our 2-minute warning. Second chance at 6 here. It's second and goal. It's White on the give. And the scoring will never end. It's another touchdown. The Raiders continue adding to an insurmountable lead. It's what every player who scores a touchdown wants to do, Brock. He wants to get right back there and put another 6 on the board.
I've never met an NFL player content with one end zone trip in a game.
Nope.
Yeah, if you're content, you're not making it to this league. You get one, you're instantly thinking of another, and the fortunate few are able to actually deliver on it.
Carlson now to add one more. The point after splits the uprights. And the Raiders continue piling onto this lead. The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. Returning it from the 4. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Now the Minnesota offense trotting out. The opportunity to win this game is, well, it's long gone, Brock. They're down to their last opportunities now to avoid the shutout as well. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. This is hauled in by Chandler. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down. It's the 2-minute warning here in Minneapolis. Even more problems now as they don't get the snap off.
Delay of game, offense.
A little slow to operate the offense, and they're going to back it up as a result of that penalty.
Still 2nd down.
Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. And they pick him off again! And the Raiders get it as he makes his 3rd interception of this game. All right, and for those of you keeping score at home, that is the 6th. Yes, I said the 6th time they've intercepted it this game.
And I'm glad you repeated that, Kate, really, because I think a lot of people watching might have heard 6th and assumed they were wrong. That is a staggering total for any defense in any single game, and it doesn't come without every member of their defense doing their job. Even the ones without the stats and the interceptions, they've done their part in pressure, they've done their part in coverage, and they've done their part to put together one of the best defensive days I've ever seen.
They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. On the ground, it's White. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
That was the perfect play call for that particular situation. Gave them enough to pick up a 1st with some room to spare.
To the line we go. They're set. 1st and 10. From the gun, a run for White. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
You call that 1st down running play. You don't always expect to get those kind of yards. They'll take that every single time.
Now, they don't need points anymore, Brock, but can they resist piling on? Let's see. It's 1st and goal. Minnesota spends its 2nd. Your favorite formation, right, Brock? The victory formation here as he takes a knee.
Offside, defense.
Pretty easy call to make. He lined up offsides, and now he gets a talking to from his coach.
Still 1st down.
Victory formation here. Looks like they're going to take a knee on 1st down. So it's a road win for the Raiders in this one. And they're off to a good start in the preseason, Brock. Seen a lot of players fighting together for the victory.
And with Brock Heward and our EA Sports crew, I'm Kate Scott saying so long from this one.
The Raiders winners as we bid you farewell from Minneapolis.
Let's go. Let's go.